Hello and welcome to Calm Belly TV. Today I'm going to talk about 3 simple ways to know if you're ready to reintroduce FODMAPs. Alright, so if you're not sure, this is one of the questions I get all the time, and it's important to decide when it's time to take the plunge, and I'll give you 3 simple checks that you can do to decide if you're ready. Alright, so if you're new around here, I'm Julie O'Hara, and I'm a health coach who helps women with IBS manage symptoms with a practical approach to the FODMAP diet. And my website is calmbellykitchen.com. So I'm here roughly every week with my weekly show here where I talk about a FODMAP topic and then answer any and all of your questions, FODMAP related or not, whatever. All right, so that's me. If you're watching live, I love it. I love when you join me live. I'm here looking to see if anybody's here yet. I do appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up or a heart and let me know that everything's looking good. And I will have plenty of time for Q&A at the end, so save up those questions. I'm going to go through all the material first, and then I'll be here to answer all the questions that you might have. And if you're watching the replay and you have a question, tag me so that I don't miss your comment. All right, so let's get into it. So 3 ways to know if it's time for reintroduction. All right, so the FODMAP diet has 2 phases, right? The elimination phase and the reintroduction phase. And in the elimination phase, you're kind of hitting the reset button for your body, right? So you're learning what it feels like when you take away FODMAPs, when you eat a low FODMAP diet. And you're also, kind of giving yourself a little recovery time. And importantly, you're confirming that you are indeed sensitive to FODMAPs, confirming that when you take them away, your symptoms improve. So that's the elimination phase. And then in the reintroduction phase, you are bringing them back. But you're not just bringing them back. You are strategically reintroducing them and testing your tolerance level to all the FODMAPs in a really, organized, methodical way so that you're not risking getting major symptoms, right? So that's the reintroduction phase. And how do you know it's time for you? Well, it's not about a time frame. So you might be thinking, well, she's going to say after 8 weeks, you should always start the reintroduction phase. That's really not the most important thing. Some people might be ready to start it after 2 weeks. I mean, that would be super fast, but it could happen. 4 weeks is fine. I think the average amount of time to do the elimination phase is 6 to 8 weeks, but maybe you've been doing it for months. That's okay too. So it's not about time frame, and it's definitely not about being 100% symptom-free. So I want to clear that up right from the beginning. So most people, it's hard to really grasp, and it's, you wish it were, but the FODMAP diet is a learning diet, not a cure for IBS. So it's a system to manage your symptoms, a system for your symptoms, right? So you don't necessarily need to be 100% symptom-free to go into the reintroduction phase. So my rule of thumb for this is that if you're experiencing improvement, 50 to 75% improvement, then you can be ready for the reintroduction phase. All right, so that really gets us into the first way to know if you're ready. So the first thing, and this is really simple, this Calm Belly TV is not, about clever, surprising tips. This is just kind of the basics that you need to check off here. So the first way to know is that you're experiencing consistent improvement in your symptoms. And so that improvement, it can look like a 50 to 75% improvement. Some of you will have a 90% improvement, and that's amazing, but it's just going to vary from person to person. It varies a ton, right? So 50% improvement, I mean, from what you felt like before you ever heard of FODMAPs, that's pretty good. 75% is great, and that kind of improvement can be life-changing. All right, so if you're there, then you're ready. What does consistent mean? It doesn't mean that you have to feel absolutely perfect for exactly 4 weeks. It means that you have more good days than you had before FODMAP. It means that more often than not, you are feeling good. Maybe you do get symptoms here or there, and that's okay because so many other factors besides FODMAPs can contribute to IBS issues. So you might have a really stressful day and that gives you some symptoms. You're still experiencing that improvement resulting from taking FODMAPs away. All right, so the first way to know is that you're experiencing consistent improvement in your symptoms. Okay, the second way to know that it's time to reintroduce FODMAPs, going to my notes, it's like, and you know, of course I have this memorized, but talking, thinking, there's a lot going on here. There's lights, there's a camera. Okay, the second way you know is that you've identified other factors that affect your IBS and learned to manage them. Okay, so other factors. These are non-FODMAP things like the aforementioned stress, exercise. You know, for some people, exercise can make a big difference. For some people, not so much. Factors like the timing of your meals, the overall volume of the food you eat, all these other things that aren't really related to FODMAPs, you're starting to see how they affect you. So that's the great bonus gift of the elimination phase. You take away FODMAPs and then you get to learn about all these other things that you can change and tweak, you know, lifestyle things. And once you've sort of seen how some of those affect you and started to learn how to manage them, maybe you've gotten better at managing stress, maybe you've started exercising more regularly. Once you've kind of played around with and, you know, tweaked and changed these other things, that's also a good sign that you're ready to move on from the elimination phase. You've gotten that knowledge from the elimination phase. Okay, so the third way that you know it's time to do the reintroduction phase is that you have a black belt in taking FODMAPs away. So yes, a black belt. You are a little low FODMAP ninja, all right? And that's important because you want to know what it feels like to have the best symptom control you can have. If that means you're feeling 50% better than you ever did before, that's really great. But you want to know that you're being fully compliant with the low FODMAP diet. You want to know how to do it so that you can always fall back on that, you know, at a really stressful or crazy time, or when you need to kind of hit the reset button again. You know, it's possible. It's important to really know where FODMAPs are found in common foods, to be good at reading nutrition labels and recognizing where sneaky FODMAPs are, you know, in restaurant meals, and really just being, you know, being good at the low FODMAP diet. Let's see, I have a whole list of ways to know that you're a FODMAP black belt. So another way is that you're really comfortable using the Monash app. You have a good understanding of serving sizes and how you can eat a wide range of foods as long as you stick to low FODMAP serving sizes and you space them out. So all of that, you've really mastered that. You've got plenty of go-to meals and snacks that are low FODMAP. And so all of this mastery of the elimination phase is important because you want to keep that up while you're in the reintroduction phase. And that's important because you want to get the best, most crystal clear results from your food testing that you possibly can, right? If you're going to go through this methodical process and test FODMAP strategically, you want to get really good information from your efforts, right? So you'll be on a low FODMAP diet, and that's why it's important to have that, you know, black belt mastery of the elimination diet. All right, so let me review those 3 factors one more time. The first way that you know you're ready for reintroduction is that you're experiencing consistent improvement in your symptoms. The second way is that you've identified other factors that affect your IBS and learned to manage them. And the third way is that you have a black belt in taking FODMAPs away. So you are good at the elimination part. And that's just another sign that it is time to move forward, right? Okay, so if you are feeling like this is you, if you're ready for this next phase or you think you're going to be ready soon, I have a way for you to get more support from me and a 6-month guide and support network and a customizable reintroduction plan, and that is my program, Free to Eat. So Free to Eat just opened today for registrations. I'm very excited. I've got some fabulous people in there already. I love it. I love it. So this is a sort of new iteration of the Free to Eat program. And I created it based on all the feedback from past clients, from past groups who have gone through this program. And what I heard you saying is that you needed to be able to do this reintroduction process at your own pace, in accordance with your lifestyle and your commitments and just the time that you have to go through this process. And that you also needed long-term support, because it is a process, and once you do the testing, you need to kind of reintegrate all those foods and all that knowledge that you've gotten from testing into your real life and, develop this new healthy lifetime way of eating. And that's a process that can use some long-term support. And that is exactly what Free to Eat is. So if this is resonating with you, if you feel like you're going to be ready to do this, definitely check out Free to Eat, because the early bird price is on now, and it's really good, guys. You're actually getting $120 off the full price of the program. So it really is a steal for all the support and the done-for-you plan that you get. So definitely check it out if that's you. And I'm going to put the link to the program right here on the screen. There it is. Ah, and I'm wearing a red shirt, so there it is above my head. Oh, this shirt, guys. This is really not it. This is a really modest shirt, but it's maybe not looking that way on camera. Okay, so that's Free to Eat. And if you want to learn more about the reintroduction phase, I have something for you that is totally free. It is a free online workshop that is happening on Monday, and it's called 6 Steps to Find Your IBS Triggers and Break Free of IBS. So it's all about some really nitty-gritty tips of how to do the reintroduction phase and get started and be successful. But a lot of this stuff are tips that I've learned purely from experience of going through this process and guiding dozens of clients. So things that you're not going to read on the internet, on some textbook sort of site about FODMAP. It's 6 steps that really will get you through the reintroduction process without the stress, without getting stuck, without wondering what the heck you're doing. So that is what the workshop's all about. If you are starting or getting ready to start the reintroduction phase, definitely sign up. It is free. And the link is in the description of the video. I have multiple links for you today, all right? So check that out. Check out the Free to Eat program. See if it's right for you. Ask me questions if you're not sure. And Jackie and Yvonne, thank you so much for joining live. All right, so this was a pretty short one today. I know that's pretty unusual, but I went through the 3 ways to know you're ready for reintroduction. Do you guys have any questions about that or anything FODMAP related, really? I'm happy to hang out for a second and see if you've got questions. And of course, you can always leave them in the comments. Be sure to tag me so I don't miss it. When there's a video, questions can they get out of order, and the newest ones, not always easy to find. So yeah, so tag me. All right, guys, I will be back. Well, I'll be back next week with the workshop. So you should absolutely sign up. No reason not to sign up. It's going to be great. And if you can't make it live, there will be a replay available for a limited time. So just sign up. Okay, I will talk to you next week. Bye-bye.